You're good.
No, I can't see.
Oh, you can't see you?
Yeah.
Yeah. One sec.
So I see this little show producer bar thing, but I don't. And hi, welcome to the live stream.
Is that what you want?
Yeah, how did you do that?
I just clicked on your face.
Everyone needs a business partner like Mandy.
All right.
Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. I got to go
Are
live.
you good on Facebook and Twitter?
Are we good on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube?
I'm good on YouTube.
Yep, good on Facebook.
Okay.
And I'll check
I need to
Twitter.
scoot my chair back, I think, because I'm too close. Okay.
Instagram.
Instagram's live.
Oh, we're good?
Yep, we're live on Instagram, and all you can see is my chin on YouTube. So I'm going to have to shrink down in my chair a little bit, slouch. Hey, I'm Mel Robbins, and welcome to today's live training with our Mindset Reset program. And I'm super thrilled that you're joining me today. You are part of a group of almost 200,000 people from around the world who have signed up to spend the next 30 plus days together learning how to build a more positive mindset. And it's one of the most important things that you could ever do for yourself. It will have a material impact on your ability to achieve your dreams. It will make you more confident. It will make you happier when you control what you think about and when you develop the skill of cultivating a positive mind. So today, in the training today, we're going to be discussing, what are we discussing?
We are discussing how you set a mental goal and visualizing it.
Oh, we're going to talk, yes, I'm sorry, I have full disclosure. I'm feeling a little feverish, so if you notice that I'm like kind of flush, it's because I'm also feeling a little flush. Chris has been down with the flu, I think, for 24 hours, and I hope I don't have it, but I'm not feeling 1,000% myself right now, so I might be a little bit spacier than normal, and that's the reason why. So here's the thing. We have already covered a bunch of things in the program. And if you haven't done anything yet, don't worry about it. You're not behind. This is not a race. There's no prize at the end that you win if you beat everybody else. This isn't a competition. This is an experience that we have created for you so that you can get the tools that you need so you can train your mind to be more positive and you can train your mind to be a more confident place for you to live in. And so what we've done to date is you've already downloaded your Mindset Reset packet. If you don't have one of these, no problem. Go to melrobbins.com/mindsetreset and put in your email, and we will email you one. And we will also email you every day with links to all the videos in case you miss a live training. You'll get a link to it for sure in the emails, so don't worry. You're never going to miss anything. Plus, all of these things are on YouTube and on Facebook forever, and so you can always find them there too. So we've already assessed 2018, and you've taken in the lessons of 2018, and you have also, as of yesterday, you have set goals for yourself for 2019. And if you haven't seen the video where I talk about the goals for 2019, we're going to put a link to that video in the email that's going out later today that will link to this video. And you can also just go to YouTube and search for, what's the title of the video, Mandy? Mandy will tell me in a second.
Is that video?
The video
Well,
is
you can head to the Mindset Reset playlist, but it's
the Mindset Reset playlist.
Yep, it's the newest video there, and it is how to set goals.
How to set goals?
In 2019.
How I set my goals in 2019. And it's the most latest video in the Mindset Reset playlist. Before I jump in today's training, which is about the science of visualization, and it is the first training and skill that you need to know, you need to trust, and you need to start to practice in order to take control of your mindset. Before I jump into why visualization is a tremendously important aspect of you training your mind and of you achieving your goals, I want to address a couple things that I've noticed in the comments. Number one, what was the first question that we got, Mandy?
First question, bad or rough. The question was coming
Oh,
from
I can't go like
Facebook.
Yep.
And the question said, I'm doing the mindset reset with my sister. I
Yep.
ranked my categories. Most of them were extremely low. My
Okay.
self-worth was 1 and 2. I have a great life. I achieve a lot. It's my perspective, which is faulty. Have you got advice for people that ranked everything low like me?
Okay, great. So the question comes from one of you that are taking the course. You're taking the course with your sister, and when you did the rankings of 2018 and you started to set the theme goals that we talked about yesterday for 2019, you noticed that all your rankings were really low. That your own perception of your own life was very negative and very low. If you are experiencing the same thing, will you give me like a thumbs up in the comments so that this person asking the question doesn't feel alone, that you yourself had an experience where when you ranked how you felt about 2018 or when you ranked your aspirations for 2019, you were a little bummed because everything was super low and it made you go from feeling excited about doing a mindset reset to feeling really negative about it. First of all, it's incredibly normal when you stop and pause and assess how you feel about your own life and the state of it. It's incredibly normal for you to rank it low because most of us walk around with a very negative viewpoint about our own lives. That's number one. And that's a mindset and a perspective that we are going to change. Number two, one of the things that has helped me a lot when I get into moments in my life where I get present to disappointment, where I feel very sad, where I start to beat myself up over where I'm at in my life versus where I thought I would be. Specifically, what comes to mind is when I was facing bankruptcy and I was 40 years old and we, had 3 kids and I thought I should be in a different place in my life. And thinking and judging my current state against where I thought I would be, it made me sink even lower. And so what you're experiencing is very normal. The fastest way to stop beating yourself up, the fastest way to stop feeling regret over where you're at in your life right now is to literally say to yourself, I did the best I could. I did the best I could, because guess what? If you could have done more, you would have. And so if you literally just accept where you are, you're not feeling connected, you're not where you wanted to be, you're disappointed with how your life has turned out up until this moment, that's okay. But the first thing that you need to do to free yourself of that negativity is to say, hey, if I was capable of doing more, I would have. I remember there was a moment in time where, this is a really stupid example, but there was a moment in time where a lot of our friends started buying bigger houses or joining private clubs, or they were able to take their families on very expensive vacations. And that was just something that was not a possibility for me and Chris at the time. And I remember spending years beating myself up, years comparing myself to the people that had nicer clothes, nicer cars, nicer watches, nicer vacations. And it wasn't until I said to myself, well, if I could have afforded those things, I would have bought them, maybe. If I could have afforded to join the club, I might have. I couldn't afford to do it. And there's a massive amount of freedom that comes when you just stop beating yourself up and you acknowledge that if you could have changed it sooner, you would have. But here's what's cool. Once you say that, now you can change it now. And that's what this program's about. So cool to feel the sadness, okay and normal to feel the disappointment. And then say to yourself, hey, I am where I am. If I could have done more, I would have. And now it's time to move on, because guess what? You can do more. You signed up for this program. You're taking your life and the things that you want to change about it very seriously. And the skills that we're going to teach you are going to help you. They're going to help you free yourself from the mental jail. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you spend the next year, which many of you were going to spend the next year telling yourself, my life sucks. I should have done something sooner. You are going to spiral in your own head as you beat yourself up over and over and over again. And that's got to stop. The reason why you haven't changed your life to date, you want to know why? It's because your mindset has blown. It's because you live up here. You don't live out in the world, you live up here. And up until this moment, up here has been a very negative place. And I guarantee you, if you were to put your own thoughts in someone else's mind, you know what you would say to me? Well, there's no way in hell Mary would lose that weight if she thought the things that I thought, because I'm constantly saying to myself, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not capable, I should have done it last year, why didn't I do this sooner? The more you think like that, the more stuck you're going to stay. And so that's why it's critical to acknowledge that the reason why you haven't changed sooner and the reason why your life is in the state that it's in is because of how you think. How you think is stopping you from taking action. You're convinced that you're not good enough. You're convinced that it's too late. You're convinced that other people are going to judge you. And I'm here to tell you it's total baloney. Next question.
I'm writing that one down. That was a good little rant.
I need water because I'm feverish. I can feel it. Oh, I'm good. Thanks you. But you know what I do need is we need to find a cord for this this iPhone because the low battery just happened. Okay.
It's all good. So here's another question. We had from someone on Facebook as well. I'm having trouble naming one thing I want to change or improve in the category of self-worth.
Oh, anybody else having trouble naming one thing in the category of self-worth that you want to improve? Anyone? Ooh, lots of hearts. Okay, so whoever asked the question, I'm having trouble naming one thing I want to improve in the category of self-worth.
Yep, and they go on to say, I simply want to have self-worth because I feel I lost it 8 years ago.
I feel I lost my self-worth 8 years ago. What else is this person saying?
Not really sure how I could break that category down. Any examples? Or is my answer to just have some of it back? So going back to the visualization, how do you break down something that is specific when it comes to improving and increasing your self-worth?
Improving and increasing your self-worth. How do you break it down? Okay, so one of the fastest ways to figure out a goal, if you're just flummoxed, you're like, I just don't even know what to work on here. I feel like I'm in such a hole. I don't even know how to begin. You can do it one of two ways. Because it's not necessarily about a massive transformation. I'm all about incremental progress. And so one of the things that you can do if you're stuck is you could say, okay, I don't know what the heck to do about increasing my self-worth. So here's how you start. If you had more self-worth, what are the things that you would be doing that you're not doing right now? So project yourself into a future state where your self-worth is awesome. What are the things that you do when you live in that state? And that visualization and jumping into the future should give you a clue as to what changes you need to make right now. That's one way that you can handle it. And you can do that with friendships. If your friendships were a 10, what are the things that you would be doing that you're not doing now? If your love life were a 10, what are the things you would be doing that you're not doing now? If your work was a 10, what are the things you would be doing that you're not doing now? That is a way for you to reverse engineer what your goals can be. Another thing that you could do is you could do the opposite. You could say to yourself, how has having no self-worth held me back? Like, get in touch with the pain. And we're going to talk a lot about this tomorrow when we dig deeper into mindset. Get in touch with the pain of what has having low self-worth cost you? How have you held yourself back? And by getting in touch with the pain, you might be inspired to say, wow, I want to stop doing that to myself. It's not charging. Oh, there, it's charging now. Does that answer it?
Yeah, I think that was great.
Okay, great. And again, this is incremental stuff. And as you know, I love thinking about my goals for 2019 as themes. And the reason why I like thinking about my goals as themes is because it allows me to find specific, small, measurable ways to live with those themes every single day. It also is a very, very helpful strategy because, let's face it, you're going to fall off the wagon. You're going to get sick like I feel like I am right now, and micro-exercising tomorrow might not actually be possible in my theme of being healthier. You might get fired from a job, and that's going to impact your ranking with money. But if your theme around money is to be less emotional about it, you can continue to come back to the theme to help inform you as to what small, measurable, actionable steps to take. So one of the things that we're going to talk about in just a second is visualization as the first thing I want you to learn about when it comes to resetting your mindset. I'm going to explain the science behind it because there's legit powerful science for why practicing visualization is a incredibly useful tool for you to have in your toolkit and for you to be practicing every single day. But before I do that, there was something that you wanted me to talk about, Danielle, related to goal setting and specific measurable stuff. Can you just remind me what that was?
Yeah, the difference between having a resolution that's like, I want to be healthier, which
Yes.
you're never going to do because it's way too broad, and
Yep.
breaking it down to an actual achievable, measurable,
Gotcha.
specific goal.
Gotcha. Okay. So let me talk about the difference between themes and what the way that I approach goals and resolutions, which is I approach them as themes. And I approach them as themes even though they're very broad, because I have been in personal development for 10 years. And so understanding how to break things down into specific measurable results, super easy for me. And thinking about things and broader themes, like I want to be more connected to my husband, fastest way to do that is to have one date a week. The theme is connection. Got it? The action or the commitment or the specific measurable goal that I am going to keep every week is one date a week. So the difference between a big resolution and thematic changes in your life when you think about 2019 is the thematic, the big stuff, it's a guidepost. So whenever you get lost, you pick up your Mindset Reset pamphlet, program guide, you walk right back here, you flip and you remind yourself, oh gosh, what did I say I wanted to do about money? What did I say I wanted to do about friendships? Friendships for me, huge priority for me this year. I want to be a better friend. So if I get off course, I will use that as a beacon. But in order to make the actual change happen, Danielle's right. You got to break down this beacon of being a better friend into specific, measurable things that you can do every single day. And maybe being a better friend this year for you looks like every single day, I'm going to do one outbound, just hey to a friend. I'm going to text somebody. I'm going to call somebody. I'm going to send an email. I'm going to write an awesome messenger thing. I'm going to tag somebody in my Visco, like whatever it may be. You're going to do one thing outbound. That's a specific, measurable action that will help you live inside the bigger theme. Does that explain it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, excellent. And I really don't want to focus a lot on the actions in this training. And here's the reason why. The actions are obvious. If you want to have, biceps, don't say, look, it's like, I obviously need to do something here. If you want to have biceps, go to the gym. It's freaking obvious. Lift something. Google something on YouTube and pick up a gallon of milk and, do some of these every day. The actions are easy. That's why we're not focusing on the actions. We're focusing on your mindset, because you're capable of doing the actions. The only thing that will stand in your way is the garbage that's in your head. And so let's now talk about lesson number 1 in Mindset Reset that is critical. If you expect to achieve your goals, if you expect to reach your potential, if you expect to have your dreams come true, what I'm about to explain to you is mission critical. You must become a master at visualization. Now, for those of you that are like, what the heck is she talking about? I did not sign up for some sort of meditation woo-woo spiritual thing here. Don't worry. This is Mel Robbins. There's always science and research involved in everything that I talk about. So visualization is a extraordinarily powerful skill. And you may have heard of the law of attraction. You may have heard of the word visualization. You may have heard of the word manifesting. I call it seeing signs. So I'm a master at seeing positive signs. I am a master of creating coincidences. I have the world's most incredible luck. You want to know why? Because I understand the science and the skill of visualization. I know that your brain, it is a gigantic detective machine. Your brain is a filter. Your brain is constantly looking for evidence. And that's good news. It's good news when you know how to use it to your advantage. Let me explain. So your brain has a system in it. Here's the technical term. It's called the reticular activating system. It is a network of neurons all up in here. And what is the job of the reticular activating system? It is a filter system. It's basically a system that allows certain information in your brain and it blocks out other information. And guess who programmed that filter? You did. And so did the people from your past. And so if you constantly feel like you're unlovable, guess what? Your reticular activating system is going through the day and it is going to point out every single piece of evidence that confirms that negative belief that you have. If you think that people don't like you at work, the reticular activating system, the filter, it is literally going to be looking for evidence to confirm that belief all day long. This is one of the reasons why we have such a problem with politics in this country. This is why there's something called a confirmation bias. Confirmation bias means your mind loves to read things that you agree with, because reading things that you agree with confirms your filter. Why do we have a reticular activating system? There's a really important reason why you have this. The reason why is if your brain let in everything. Have you ever looked at a Facebook page? Have you noticed how many words are on a standard Facebook page, and the ad over here and the ad over here and the ad over here and the ad and the news feed right here and the stuff up here and all this over here? If your brain took in everything at equal value, your head would literally explode off your shoulders. Your brain would melt down. And so the reticular activating system protects your brain by filtering information and only letting in stuff that it agrees with. So that's the scientific reason and mandate for why you got to get busy reprogramming that thing. Because if you live like I have lived for a very long time, one of the beliefs that I had, we're going to be talking about this a lot this month, one of the beliefs that I had for a very long time is that I was a bad person, that I was not lovable, that I did not deserve to be a good person, that people didn't think I was a good person, and consequently, that led me to do a lot of hurtful things to myself. It led me to do a lot of hurtful things to people that I cared about, and it really damaged decades of my life. And I believed it. I believed it, and it drove my actions, and I saw evidence everywhere. If you're going to do a mindset reset, you've got to change what you believe about yourself. And so for those of you that had a very negative assessment of 2018 and you're feeling down about your goals already as you look at 2019, you have a very negative belief system about yourself. And that's going to stop right now, because now we're going to talk about visualization and how you use it in order to start to reprogram the reticular activating system in your brain so that your brain starts to spot opportunity. Your brain starts to spot evidence that things are working out. Your brain starts to spot coincidences so you can build momentum. And it begins with visualization. So as you take your goals, right? So you've written down all these goals, right, for 2019. I want you to go to each one, and I want you to do a visualization exercise. And here's how you're going to do it based on science, because there's a particular way you have to do this based on science, okay? It's a two-step method. So let's take self-worth. because we had a question about self-worth. If your goal is to improve your self-worth, I want you to visualize what your life looks like and how you're going to feel about yourself when your self-worth has improved. Here's how you're going to do it. So there's two things that you have to do when it comes to visualization. You have to close your eyes. Truly, I know it sounds stupid, but I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to, in your mind, have a specific picture of what it looks like in your life when your self-worth has improved. You're going to see yourself speaking up at work. You're going to see yourself talking more about your business. You're going to see yourself leaving bad relationships. You're going to see yourself defining boundaries. You're going to see yourself going to the gym. You're going to see yourself taking care of yourself. And when you start to visualize the image of that, I want you to consciously, this is step 2, consciously think of the positive emotions that you're going to feel. I'm going to feel happy. I'm going to feel proud. I'm going to stand taller. I'm going to be so grateful that I made this change. Marrying the specific picture. Oh, there I am. There I am. I'm at work and I'm raising my hand. Amazing. I'm sharing my idea. There I am. I'm getting a promotion. There I am asking for a raise. There I am. I've just signed up another customer to my business. There I am. I've gone back to school. I feel so good about myself. When you do that, here's what's actually happening in your brain. This is the cool science part. You are training your brain to have a totally different filter. You see, your brain, my brain, it doesn't know the difference between something that actually happened to you, like the F you got in your test in 10th grade, and the things you imagine that are happening to you. Let me say that again. Your brain doesn't know the difference between the bad things that actually happened to you, the real memories that you have, and an imagined memory that you're creating. Your brain will experience you visualizing going to the gym, you visualizing how happy you feel when you do, you visualizing asking for that raise and getting it and how proud you're going to feel. Your brain, when you visualize in the way that I'm teaching you to, it encodes it as a real memory. And that's important because when you encode it as a real memory, it changes the filter system, that reticular activating system. And here's what we know based on research. The more you visualize things, number one, the greater your confidence is going to be, the greater security you're going to have about it. And here's the really cool thing. The more you do this with your goals, you wake up every day and you just visualize. It takes 30 freaking seconds, for crying out loud. You visualize having a great day at school. You visualize curing your panic and how proud you're going to be. What studies suggest and have proven is that simply visualizing yourself doing things actually develops the skill and helps you improve the skills, just as if you were actually doing it. And so there's proof based on research that visualization helps you build skills. And then finally, the other thing that's really important about this is that the more that you do this, what we know based on research is that the reason why you start to believe what you think is because you are reprogramming your brain. You are changing the network of neurons that act as a filter. And so the more that you actually believe in yourself and you start thinking and visualizing yourself speaking up, the more confident you're going to become, the more skills that you're building, and you're actually going to do it. And then instead of looking for all the reasons when you're sitting in a meeting to not speak up, you're going to just speak up because you're going to have changed the filter. You're going to look for opportunities. This is how it works. This is why this is so incredibly important. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to go through all of the goals that you set for 2019. If you don't have your mindset reset guide, no problem. Go to melrobbins.com/mindset reset. We have almost 200,000 people in this program. If you're sitting there watching this saying, God, I wish my sister were doing this. I wish my entire team at Arbonne, at Isogenics, at Beachbody, at Legal Shield, at Rodan and Fields, at Nerium, at give me some more that Kiani, at USANA, at
Yoli.
Young Living, at Yoli. Boy, oh boy, I would get them in the program, for crying out loud. Because every single day you're going to learn a trick like the one I just taught you that is free, that is proven by science and research to work, that I use all the time in order to change how I think, and that will serve you as you start to change your life for the better. I'm seeing a bunch of questions about, of course you can still sign up for this. melrobbins.com/mindsetreset. It's free. I'm not selling you anything. Here's why I'm doing this, because I know the single thing that's holding you back is how you think. You have the ability to set goals. You have the ability to take the actions that change your life. You have the ability to have the conversations that scare the hell out of you. You have the ability to end relationships. You have the ability to write a book. You have the ability to do a Google search. You have the ability to change anything you want. But the only reason why you don't is because your mindset blows. And so day one, I want you to go through all the goals that you set. And I want you every single day throughout the next 30 days, you are going to spend 30 seconds. Your dreams deserve 30 seconds, don't you think? You're going to close your eyes and you're going to visualize, what does it look like in your life when you have achieved your monetary goals this year? How does it feel to go to the bank and see that balance? How does it feel to be able to write that check and take your kids to Disney World on money that you made? How does it feel to be able to rent your own place or put down a down payment for the house you've always dreamt of? How does it feel to be able to have saved enough money so you can quit the job that you hate and launch the business because you have achieved your goals? It feels darn good. That's how it feels. And I want you to just savor that, because what you're doing when you visualize is you're reprogramming your reticular activating system, that system of neurons, that network that acts like a filter in your brain, so that it's spotting opportunity, so that it is helping you see evidence that you are confident, that you are capable, that you can do this, instead of all the garbage you think right now. All right.
It's fantastic.
Okay.
The only thing to mention is we're getting a lot of questions about when the emails come, and just to say that times vary, meetings, travel, schedules. That's it.
Gotcha. Okay, so we're getting a lot of questions about when do the emails come. So when you sign up for Mindset Reset, you get access to the guide. And as a service to you, because I know it's really overwhelming to try to find all this stuff, we send you an email every single day. And in the email, we recap the training that you've just watched. We then link to the training, and we also link to any other videos that might be helpful, and we link to any other videos that I've referenced. And we do this as a service because we know you're busy. We know that you got a bunch of other stuff going on, and so we are teeing this up to make it just super turnkey for you, okay? So if you have not gotten the emails, I would suggest this. If you haven't checked your spam filter for what? Mindset@melrobbins.com. Mindset Reset at melrobbins.com should be an email in your contacts so that it gets through. Check your junk folder. And if you still aren't getting the emails, just re-sign up for the program. Empty your cache. That should work. Can I speak closer to the microphone? Is it really that quiet?
No.
Oh, okay.
That might just be a...
Do you see how flush I am? I am literally like, I feel like I'm...
You're intense, man.
Intense.
You're in training mode.
Training mode.
Lie down.
Yeah, it's time to lie down.
Yes.
When do the emails come? They come randomly, and here's why. I am traveling 24 out of the next 30 days. And we are also live. And so depending upon, so for example, tomorrow, when are we doing? I don't even know when we're doing tomorrow. And tomorrow's really cool. Tomorrow we're talking about deliberate versus autopilot thinking, and why it's important to, and you're going to go through an exercise where you're going to pay attention to how often your thoughts are drifting. And it's about 50% of the day. And then the next day we're going to talk about limiting beliefs. But for now, the power of visualization, do it with your goals. Let us know how it's working. And this is science, so you can believe in it. I think that's it. So the emails will be random times. The lives are going to be random times because my travel schedule is bananas.
But they will be every day.
But they will be every day. And if you miss a live training, you're not missing the program at all because we're sending you emails to link, and you can always go to YouTube or my Facebook page. And please, 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 if there are people that need this in your life, please share this program with them, because this is something we're doing out of service and out of a commitment to help you change your life for the better. And on that note, in case nobody else tells you today, I want to make sure that I tell you that I love you. And it's not just because I'm feverish. I'm not speaking delirium here. I really do. And I believe in your ability to change your life for the better. And so visualization, visualization, visualization. And I will see you at some point tomorrow. Have an awesome day. I'm going to go visualize myself getting healthy. How do I end this? Okay, stop. There we go.